how it's supposed to feel.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another test. So we have Bitdefender versus Norton today, and I just finished the test with Kaspersky and ESET, and I thought, hey, let's do another test. Let's take one for the team, as I'm not tired as of yet. Now we've got Norton and Bitdefender as mentioned. Let's quickly have a look at our Norton settings. We're gonna hop over to security. We're gonna go to advanced. As you guys can see, boom, everything here is enabled. I'm gonna hop over to settings. I'm gonna look at antivirus. I can't actually remember on what settings I left Norton, so it seems like we've got aggressive. Then that's about that. On the protection side, scans and risk, heuristic set to aggressive, so pretty much high it seems. Okay, so here are our protected folders, and the default one, so we haven't changed anything there. Script control is to block. Microsoft Office is to block, and that is on the update side. We're gonna go to firewall. Okay, we don't normally touch the firewall side, we just tend to leave everything on default when it comes to firewall, and that's what we did with Norton as well. So this is the firewall settings. We're gonna go to exploit prevention, as we're not gonna test email today as well. So these are the exploits, and that's about that. Safe cam is enabled, not that we have a cam in anyway. So, and that's that. Cool, nice, quick and easy for Norton. We're gonna hop over to our Bitdefender VM. We're gonna look at the protection on this side. On the AV, we've got settings, and then under advanced, we got pretty much everything enabled except for the scan only applications toggle button, but that's about that. Yeah, we're going to look at advanced threat defense. This is enabled. I don't think there is an exclusion. Nope, there's no. Here is our exclusion for our script. I tend to put it under the all exclusions because sometimes the online threat prevention and advanced threat defense tends to flag my script. Online threat prevention, that's what we're going to test. Pretty much everything is enabled. Okay, vulnerability is enabled as well. Okay, our firewall is enabled. This is also on default settings. Okay, ransomware remediation is enabled, so if there is ransomware and it detects it, it will automatically restore the files back to what they were before the attack. And then we've got anti-spam. Then we've got our privacy here, not using the Bitdefender VM because the cap is a little bit low, so we're going to use our Proton VPN, and the same with Norton. We're also going to use Proton VPN. Anti-tracker is enabled, and then we've got utilities, and that's about it. Cool, nice, quick and easy. We're gonna disable the protection to get the nasties extractors, and then we'll jump into this test. Okay, so the nasties are extracted, so I've already started the process for Bitdefender to check for updates, because I know Bitdefender does take a little bit of time. So let's quickly do that for Norton as well. So now our sample count is 1635. These are the exact same samples we detonated on the ESET and Kaspersky VM, except for the couple of new ones we added. So there are a couple of new ones that we did not do on Kaspersky and them. Now they're both up to date, so I think we can then enable the protection. And then just another thing, if you guys do hear some weird scratching noises in the background, my cat is possessed again, so she's running around here getting rid of some pent up energy, I think. So yeah, she is enjoying herself, running around like a mad thing. So let's quickly enable the auto protect. If anyone of Bitdefender's staff is watching, please guys, there must be an easier way for us to disable the protection for a short period of time. Like all the other AVs, there's no quick way to disable the protection. You have to go into settings every single time to do it. So I wish Bitdefender will do it like the other AVs, where you can just do it from the taskbar, but nonetheless we're gonna enable the protection. Okay, so we are gonna obviously start with the test. Oh, the firewall is still disabled. Okay, so hopefully they do not remove any of the malware. Okay, so Bitdefender seems to be happy, Norton seems to be happy. I think that the drivers are running on the machine, so I think we can start the test. So that first test is obviously the malicious website test, which is a combination of phishing sites, sites that do download malicious files and things like that. Nope, we do not want to use NPE. Nope, I do not want password manager. And these are the exact same links that we used in the Kaspersky and ESET test. I did not update them to newer links. So these are the same links. Okay, so it seems like Norton is done. I think we can hop over. That's not found, so we won't count that one. That one didn't load. So these are the same ones that we saw that opened up in the previous test as well. So we've got 3 there, 4, 5. Okay, so 4. Still not blocked. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6, 7 sites, 8 sites on Norton, 9 sites on Norton. So it blocked a little bit less than what ESET and Kaspersky did. That was an update on Edge. Okay, so it seems like Bitdefender has stopped pretty much all of them. Okay, good job Bitdefender. So it seems like Bitdefender stopped them all. Norton missed 9 of them. Let's have a quick squiz if anything downloaded. Okay, so we only have the bitmap file, and the bitmap file exactly the same as the previous test. Now that was nice, quick and easy. We are gonna do the malware. Okay, we're gonna put our little thingamajiggy there. Start the malware. Okay, so we are now executing the samples. Let me move up to our VT scores at the top. Just makes it a bit easier. Okay, so we are now allowing all these files to install, all these programs to install. Oops, no, don't want to cancel, didn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna open that one. Okay, so it seems like we've got an issue with our VPN. Could be because of the OpenVPN. Okay, according to Process Explorer, we've got this process that's running here, and it doesn't seem like it is running. Oh no, it is actually running on Norton. We just don't have a rating because of the internet connection, I think. Okay guys, so I'm going to try and keep this video as short as possible for the viewing time. So I'm going to tend to this and then if there's anything weird I'll point it out, but for now I'm just gonna attend to the samples and then we'll look at the results once the test is done. Okie dokie, so the test is done. It took some time. Obviously I had to put the VMs on ice a bit, but the test is finally completed. So Norton was done before Bitdefender, so I was just waiting for Bitdefender to finish. Now with Norton we can see on PE that we only have these 2 threads that might be an issue, but NetSupport is just a product that's obviously being used for remote access, and then we've got obviously this program that's running here. I think it's the same on Bitdefender. So as you guys can see, Bitdefender has a little bit more running in processes as of now. So 057, so we can have a look at these 3. Okay, so I'm just going to open up these 3 ones. Okay, and then this one is the same for Norton, so we'll see then which one this is. Okay, so this is a clip banker, so let's see who else is aware of this. Okay, so it seems like a couple of vendors are aware of this one. This one is a Trojan as well. Okay, a couple of vendors are aware of this one. I think one of these ones might be a duplicate. Okay, so this is a Trojan as well, Riskware, remote admin, not a virus. Okay, and this one is a alien. Okay, so this is an alien, so seems like it's a spy agent. Okay, so that's what we have on Bitdefender. So it seems like if we're going according to processes, seems like Norton might be in a little bit better state. So we can close that off. So processes, 100% CPU usage still for Bitdefender services, and I think that's the same. Seems like it's this business box and PC repair that is using a lot of resources. Okay, so we're going to expand it a little bit so we have a little bit of a better view. Now if we look at our startup items for Norton, seems to be broken. That one seems to be broken. This one seems to be intact. This is a Java, a coffee script as I call them. Startup item, okay, cool, it has a size, so it's still there. Then we have obviously business in a box, and that's about that. Then we've got all these other ones. Then we've got this weird one here that stands out. This is a Batman file. Okay, so yeah, so we do have a couple of startup items, but not that hectic for Norton. Let's have a look at Bitdefender. Just your business in a box, etc. And yeah, okay, cool. So it doesn't seem like we've got any. These ones I know are not really malware. I've seen them before. So according to startup items, seems like Bitdefender is in a better condition. Let's look at our files. So these are the files that were downloaded. We're going to hop over to our docs. Okay, no ransomware infection. That is good. If you wonder all these little tickies, that's because of the Norton backup. So yeah, so that seems to be good. Just going to hop over to our pics. And our picture seems good. And our picture seems good. Okay. So then we obviously have all these overlays here by Bitdefender. I can't close them, I did try. Okay, we're gonna hop over to, we can close that. We're gonna hop over to control panel. Okay, so we obviously have this 32-bit web browser thing that I installed. BAT to exe converter, business in box, as we saw in the startup items. Fortnite, Formula Disk. So it just seems like a lot of PUPs. Screen Connect, that could be a problem. And then we obviously have that Kingsoft AV, I think, as well. No, doesn't seem like it, just those other apps. So yeah, so we have a couple of programs installed, but not too bad. Bitdefender seems to be not really much here. Business in a box. Okay, we have a couple of programs here. And yeah, okay, cool. So I would say it's very similar to Norton. Obviously, I'm not going to count exactly how many there are, but just by a glance, I would say they're very similar, but it might look like that Norton might have a tad less than Bitdefender. So here and there, Bitdefender looks a little bit better, and then Norton looks a bit better in some other aspects. We're going to close that. Okay, so Norton wants to reboot. So I'm going to do it via this little pop-up. With Bitdefender, I'm just going to reboot it normally. Gonna get them updated, do the scans, and then we'll look at the results. Okay, so the scans are done. Let's quickly have a look at our results. I do see there are some Norton pop-ups about this intrusion attempts that it's still blocking. So we might have some active threats, or something is obviously trying to come in from the outside that has obtained the IP. Now let's just quickly close all of this. Okay, so Norton did clean all the threads. It did ask me to quarantine I think maybe like 4 or 5 threads, which I've done, but they all quarantined, as you guys can see now with Bitdefender. Just want to close all these gazillion pop-ups. Okay, so Bitdefender was unable to resolve one of the threads. Let's just see maybe which thread that was. This is actually the first time that I've seen Bitdefender is unable to deal with something. Okay, remaining issues. So it seems like this is the one it can't deal with. Update the running programs. So it seems like this might be the one that it's unable to deal with. Trojan generic. Okay, so let's quickly see what Process Explorer says. Okay, so we do have these programs that's still running. Could be false positive or just POPs. So let's close that one. Gonna have a look at Norton. So it seems like maybe on Norton we might have some issues. But I think this is maybe just also POPs. Yeah, not gonna wait for that one to submit. Okay, let's quickly see what's still in our program files for Norton. Still looks pretty much still the same. And then on Bitdefender it also kind of still looks the same. Okay, so I think that's that. We've scanned them. I'm gonna reboot them, update the third-party opinion scanners, and then we can wrap up the test. And we are at the end of this test. Now let's have a look at our third-party opinion scans. Now with Hetman Pro, it seems like we do have 2 Trojans. So C users, then this system folder was obviously there now, and then this VBS, and then we've got the suspicious startup, and then just a bunch of other files. And then a couple of registry keys. You don't really see that much in Hetman Pro. Now on the Bitdefender side, seems like we have a little bit more malware according to Hetman Pro. And then that one is suspicious, the remote support. And that's about it. It seems like there is a little bit more results, 185 versus 28, but we do have a bit more malware according to Hetman Pro on the Bitdefender machine. Now we are going to jump. Let me just go backwards. Okay, so we're going to look at Kaspersky. There are 6 objects versus 9, so it looks like Norton did a little bit better according to Kaspersky on this one. Now we have a thread running in memory, and then the rest are on the system files directly under my user profile. And then there's a worm script, and then it's flagging my one script as malicious, so we'll just deduct that one. On Bitdefender we've got 9 issues, but it seems like we don't have anything running in memory, and we only have 1, 2 that are red or as Trojans. The other ones are just advertising software. On Norton they all seem to be viruses and all Trojans and 1 virus. So although it's a little bit less, seems like it's a little bit more severe. So it looks like Bitdefender might have done a little bit better on this one. Okay, so I'm just going to close this. And then we're going to look at our ESET quick scan. So I only did a quick scan. The full scan tends to take a little bit long. We've got 23 versus 28. So it seems like if we just sort these by targets, it's complaining about this one program that obviously installed. Seems like it's just programs that installed. And then we've got some other Trojans here under app data local, so it's not in our normal locations. And then we've got in memory and auto start. On the Bitdefender side, it seems like it's also programs that installed. Might just be POPs. And then it seems like we've got this one spy agent Trojan under app data local. Seems like it's the same one for Norton on this side. And then also in memory and auto start locations. So I would say from this angle it's fairly similar, but it seems like Norton does have 3 more under app data. So although it's a little bit less, it seems like we might have less malware besides the programs themselves. Okay, I'm just going to close this. Okay, I'm going to close that. Now we're going to look at MSciSoft. Now we have 21 versus 1, so only 1 issue was detected, and that's app data roaming, and that's a POP, so not really something to worry about. You can just quarantine that. On the Norton side, it seems like we have a little bit more issues here. We've got programs, and then obviously app data local. There's programs, so it's outside our normal locations. And then Windows and pictures. There's a PowerShell script in pictures. We're going to close that. Yeah, we're going to look at Malwarebytes. So 1128 versus 869. Obviously, Malwarebytes lists every little thing that it finds as a detection. Now it seems like we also have a lot of POPs. So let's start with Norton. So we got a lot of POPs here. I'm just going to quickly go through it. Okay, so there was one Trojan, I think. So there's a Trojan here. So a couple of registry key backdoors. So it's more in the registry that we seems to be a lot of issues. On the Bitdefender side, we have obviously a lot of POPs as well. Just going to quickly go through it again. I might miss something, but I'm just quickly scanning through it. Okay, so it just seems like we have POPs according to Malwarebytes. Oh, and let's just close the results. Okay, we're going to check what is left in our program files. Okay, so these are still the programs that are in program files, and those are obviously being detected by ESET and some of the other scanners. A couple of programs that installed here. We're gonna just quickly check if something is still running. We do have these 2 high ones here. There's the re-image that was also flagged, I think, by ESET, and that's about it. We can maybe look at this one. Okay, so this is seems like just adware or PUP or grayware even, so I don't really think this is something to worry about. And then this one is a Trojan, like a dropper, a miner, could be a coin miner. So this one might be an issue, but yeah, not really flagged that much, so it could be new or just false positives. Okay, so I think that's the end of this test. We already checked the startup items, so you guys obviously know, but yeah, I would say this is the end of this test, guys. So let's quickly recap. Bitdefender did better in the website test, and I would say overall it did better for me in the real-time protection. Still fairly close. It's not day and night difference, it's still close, but I would say Bitdefender just had that slight edge from Norton. The only concern for Norton is we do still have these thread pop-ups, so it seems like Norton is containing the issue but not really resolving the problem. So this is the only concern for an IOC on the Norton side. And then I'm working on some new graphs that I'll start adding at the end of the test, which will be in this video. So it will be, this video will be the first video with the graphs. Now the graphs are still in experimental phase. The percentage of the calculations is I calculate that manually. It is a bit difficult yet to calculate exactly what the correct percentages are for every section that I do list, so I do kind of almost guesstimate it for now. I'll work in percentages for my scripts to calculate that, but even that's not a 100% accuracy, because the script might say it missed that one sample, but it actually didn't. It was reactively removed a couple of seconds later from memory, so it's not an 100% accuracy. So don't take me out in the comments if my percentages are wrong. So I'm kind of guesstimate calculations on what I can see for real-time protection. So the real-time protection, I would then kind of guesstimate of how much I can see was more or less blocked from the amount of samples that was executed. Then obviously the website protection, I'll calculate this as accurate as possible. Mail protection as well. The IOCs, I calculate that on how much of pop-ups do I still see of the AV, like with Norton, and how much programs are installed, what's running in memory, like the visual things that you can kind of see by using PE and things like that on what is happening on the machine. And then the full scans, I calculate of how much malware was removed after the full scan. Is the machine clean? Does it look clean afterwards, or did it remove just a big portion of the malware? Also, like what is left in the samples folder. And then third-party scans percentage, I calculate on how much they detected, or that was left, how much is detected, and I'll give that a percentage of in total of so the higher the percentage in the third-party scans kind of indicates that there was a lot of malware or a lot of infection on the machine. As the percentage is lower on the third-party opinion scans, it kind of indicates that the machine is kind of close to clean or no problems. And then the overall percentage is something I just calculate also in my mind. So guys, so the percentages are just roughly estimates. It's not mathematically calculated, so just take that in consideration. But the graphs are new, I'm playing with them, I'm experimenting. So if there's any recommendations for the graphs that you guys will see now, please let me know. I'm more than welcome to listen to suggestions and improve and things like that. But this is the first attempt for me to implement graphs, so let me know what you guys think about the graphs and things like that. And then once again, thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button on the way out. Thanks again guys for watching the videos and supporting the channel. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next test.